We have stunning new allegations of cover-ups and fatal delays that should have us taking a hard look at how we're treating our veterans. Clerks at a VA hospital in San Antonio are accused of cooking the books to hide dangerously long treatment delays, the kind of delays that are being blamed for at least 40 patient deaths at VA facilities. Now, the Veterans Affairs Secretary, Eric Shinseki, is facing a House subpoena after a CNN investigation discovered secret wait lists designed to hide treatment delays that are being blamed for these 40 deaths. So let's bring in CNN's senior investigative correspondent, Drew Griffin. You broke the story. You're joining us now from San Antonio. That's where the story took you. What have you found there?
It's a brand new investigation now opened by the VA's Office of Inspector General. It basically started yesterday with the outing of a clerk. Chris, this is a guy who actually schedules medical appointments for vets coming in. He says a vet will come into San Antonio, needs to see a doctor right away. Because there are no appointment times, they will schedule him out 3-4 months in advance. But when he goes to write in the book, into the VA's kind of keeping track list of when these appointments are made, he says he has to put in that vet was seen within 2 weeks, within the allotted national time frame that the VA is trying to reach. He says it's nothing more than cooking the books. Take a listen.
So it could be 3 months, and it looks like 14 days?
It could be 3 months, and it looked like no days. It looked like they had scheduled the appointment and got exactly
fudging the
what
books
they
is
want.
my... That's my...
I would call it that. You could call it that. The VA doesn't call it that. They call it zeroing out.
The VA calls it zeroing out. That zeroing out policy now supposedly will be part of this big national review, Chris. Brian Turner's filed for whistleblower status. He's still at the VA here in San Antonio, but he met with investigators yesterday, and this is yet another investigation underway now, looking at delayed care, denied care to our veterans who, as you say, have been dying waiting to get care.
Quick questions, Drew. Zeroing out, is that in any way an industry practice that's accepted anywhere? And if it isn't, who's on top of this clerk? The clerk isn't the one setting the policy. Who's responsible?
He would not name his superiors. He said he shared that with the inspectors from the Office of Inspector General yesterday. He's a very nervous guy. He's trying not to get in trouble, but he feels empowered to come forward by other people across the country who've now come forward and outed this. But he says it was his supervisors who came in and actually told him to do this. And when he rode it up the chain, when he internally tried to take care of this, he says they told him, don't email anybody, don't say anything, just shut up and do your job.
Well, look, the most troubling thing for us, Drew, as you know all too well, is that the more you dig, the more you're finding, and it's leading you in all these different directions. You have to keep going because it's the only way that this is going to come out. And hopefully your investigation will fuel the questions that are asked of the Secretary by this House committee. Thank you for doing the reporting, my friend. We'll be back to you soon.